guys never attacked college players. Now they're making more money than y'all. And some of y'all are envious and jealous about that. So you're on the attack.
I feel like I did a poor job of letting people talk about me and affect my play. What's the best for the future of this program?
And here you have a young man who got money, and instead of being like, whatever, I don't care, I got paid, he's crying his eyes out. Deion Sanders has been heralded as kind of a leader in the transfer portal NIL era, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because Deion Sanders is one of the most outspoken people about NIL deals, and I should say quote unquote NIL deals, because he thinks it's a sham. It's a lie. It's the reason why every single time I make a video about NIL, there's a conversation in my comment section about what's real NIL and this is fake NIL and everything. Look, y'all are both right. NIL deals, name, image, and likeness deals are supposed to be deals within you get from a brand, and because your likeness you get paid. But what has happened is these nonprofits have been created, and now they give pay-for-play schemes. And Deion Sanders has been calling it out ever since he joined college football. So we're going to go down a little bit of history and kind of show you when Deion Sanders was pointing it out. Kirby Smart has been pointing it out. And most importantly, and more recently, there was a K-State basketball player who basically crumbled under the pressure and admitted that the NIL money he's getting kind of added to this pressure. And I really think, I hate to say this, I hate to sound like an old folky, but NIL is actively killing college sports. So let's get into it. Deion Sanders has something to say. Kirby Smart does. Ryan Clark. Lots of stuff to get into it, man. I really appreciate y'all watching these videos. This is my bread and my butter. I love doing NIL stuff, transfer portal stuff. I want to educate you on both the positives and the negatives, because that's how everything is. There's always going to be positives and negatives. I want to give you the truth. So like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content, transfer portal, NIL coverage, everything else in between, man. We love foosball over here. So I want to start by this sad scene. I haven't even watched it. I've just read the quote. This is a K-State player losing, I believe, in the Big 12 championship, and he's talking about his $2 million NIL deal and kind of the effects of drain that had on him.
These guys haven't experienced some of the things I've experienced, and I really wanted to come in and impact the program. Fuck, man. I'm sorry for crying, but this shit hurts. But I really wanted to come in and impact the program, and some of the stuff, the outcome, obviously wasn't what we wanted. But if someone asked me if I regret coming here, I tell them, I don't regret meeting my team, the coaching staff, the people I met. And my heart just breaks for them because, like I said, they just haven't experienced some of the things I experienced in my career. But same thing for the fans, because I feel like I let a lot of people down. And I feel like I did a poor job of letting people talk about me and affect my play. And it was evident all year, and I wish I could just go back and block out everything, not for myself, but for the team, so we could have had a more successful year. But, I mean, this is a learning lesson for me, and I wish the best for the future of this program.
They're basically saying that, or he was saying that a lot of the impact that a lot of the outside sources, a lot of these outside noises kind of get into him, and I have to actively agree, right? But this post right here that says, I want to feel bad, but Coleman Hawkins made $2 million in NIL deal. This year he's 23. He's set for life, which that's not how that works. Fan noise made him play poorly, ? NIL is out of control. He can't really help the pressure it added. That is hard, but I'd also love $2 million. So I think there is some truth and some lies there. But let's hear from Deion Sanders, because he predicted this.
When I say I genuinely love these kids, I genuinely really do. It's not about what they can do for me on the football field. It's about what I can help them with in life. Landscape has changed in football. Once upon a time, you guys never attacked college players. Now they're making more money than y'all. And some of y'all are envious and jealous about that. So you're on the attack. It was hands off a college player because he's an amateur. Remember that, guys? Now it's hands on. Go at them any kind of way you want. They're making more money than me, and I'm mad about it. When you attack them, these guys are sensitive. They've never been attacked. They hadn't gone through what I've been going through with y'all for years. They haven't done that. So it is what it is. I know you're going to do your job and what you must do, but your job does not say attack. The personal stuff, leave it to be personal, because if we start flipping the script on y'all, you wouldn't like it. I can easy. Thank you, Lord, for stopping me there.
Hey, he want to leak. But again, this was a year ago. This is September 18th. This is 2024. Not a year, but this was months ago. And he's talking about this situation right here. This situation. This kid is crying his eyes out. And I was like, I was so confused. I'm not sure if you could realize when I was watching. I was like, where did he say NIL? He's just commenting on the fact that, this actually pisses me off. This post pisses me off because all we hear about college football these days, or college athletics in general, is that money is taking away the passion. It takes away the passion. It takes away the passion. And here you have a young man at 23 years old who got money, and instead of being like, whatever, I don't care, I got paid, he's crying his eyes out because of the love of this game, his team, the staff around him, this school. I thought that's what we wanted. But like Deion Sanders said, once they start making money, just like y'all do to professional players, oh, well, why? He's making all this money. What? He's not supposed to have human emotions. The dude is 23 years old. $2 million is set for life. Like, y'all just be saying stuff. $2 million is set for life. Do you know how taxes work? No, you don't. You just went to shit on a 23-year-old. Now, I'm not that much older than this gentleman, but I understand what it's like to be a young 20-year-old. And to amplify the world, and it was already crazy. It's Big 12 basketball. That's big. Whole lot of March Madness. Kansas, the K-State, right? Like, there's already lights there. Then you magnify that with the money, the expectations that come with the money, and he is here on a news network crying his soul out and saying, yo, I am sorry. I wanted this to be better because I have a passion for this. Because people were counting on me. So don't ever come at me with some money's going to kill it that way. I think Deion Sanders is right. It's killing it because now we don't know how to act. So what is Deion Sanders to do that? Here's a recruit talking about what the impact about it. He doesn't talk to a lot of recruits. So if he's talking to me, he needs and wants me to come play for him. Right? And in those conversations, I'm like, well, that sounds small, but let's take a deeper step. Apparently, it's come out that Quentin Farrakhan, Carday Smith, Christian Hudson, and Chauncey Gooden all were offered more NIL money by other schools, but decided to come to Colorado instead because the relationships they build with the coaching staff and early playing time. That's a big one. Early playing time is a big one. But this is the real life, dog. Like some people talk about it, right? And we're gonna get to Kirby Smart because Kirby Smart has also been against NIL, and by his quarterback selections, I think we can tell that he's not using NIL to the fullest. But like I've made plenty of videos. Y'all seen the videos about Deion Sanders, NIL, transfer portal, and the thing that gets, I think, lost on some people is that Deion Sanders does something that not a lot of people do, and it's not that he just complains. He gives a solution to the problem. Hey, y'all are focusing on NIL too much. Let them get paid. Let them do whatever. But we still need to pour into these kids. And I told y'all, in this modern era, having a Marshall Faulk, a Warren Sapp, and a Deion Sanders on the same staff is a recruiting advantage that there's no other school can match, dog. So do y'all understand that? So when people say like this, I find myself naturally following Colorado, Graham said. Him not being out on the road, I don't see it being a big deal. He has so many good people around him that can get out on the road and speak for him. Coleman said Smith and his mother kept private the amount of NIL offers Smith had been promised by Colorado, but said it was less than what USC had offered. These days, you're dealing with a lot more people and kids where NIL is the biggest thing. And it's the biggest topic of conversation, said Jay McGraham, who coached Gooden in Lipscomb Academy. Colorado didn't forget about NIL, but understood the relationship part of this and what is going to make Colorado special and stand out to someone like Chauncey. Jerime Bell, who coached defensive lineman Christian Hudson in Dayton Beach, Florida, said multiple Big Ten schools offered Bell more money than Colorado. You don't get the helicopter landings like you do with bigger schools, but they did a good job of zeroing in on him, letting him know that he's their guy. Bell said Georgia, Florida, Miami. When they were recruited kids, they come flying in. They pull the full court press on. Colorado went about it a different way, and it was more just about relationships. Do you know why people had this idea that, even Kirby Smart was giving out Hellcats and Nick Saban was giving out money and all that? Because y'all was pulling up in helicopters, dog. Y'all are pulling up, doing rich billionaires. I know they're not billionaires, but y'all are doing billionaires. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to drop my helicopter on a high school while they're in class just to disrupt shit so I can stand out to you. Instead, Deion's like, I am Deion Sanders. I don't need to do that. I don't know if y'all heard about me. People they just try to spin these narratives. Oh, well, he's not doing it the right way. He's not out there hitting the road and flexing on high schoolers, selling them a dream. Hey, dog, if you want to come, we're going to play football. That's it. I ain't got to resell it. I ain't got to repackage it. I ain't got to fly in on a swirling dervish mobile. But all you have to know, let's hear Deion Sanders more about NIL. This is from the Super Bowl. So we're going to go there. Then we're going to go the infamous Deion Sanders predicting all this, right? And then after that, we'll go to the Rich Eisen show. If we have time, we'll hop over with Kirby because Kirby has plenty to say too. But let's hear it.
If you could change one thing about college football right now.
It has to be more structure in regards to what was supposedly NIL. It's not NIL. It's collective. It's pay-per-view. So if I could change something, it would have to be structure and guidelines for these kids. It would be a mimic of the NFL. When rookies come in, this is what you could get. This is the maximum. It would be like that for high school kids. Then the college kids that have already proven themselves would be more, would have more value. We got to have some type of structure. If not, you're going to see the same teams that's exhausting themselves financially and the collectives go to the playoffs every year. You may see two surprises like Arizona State, who played phenomenal, and a couple other teams, but mostly, or what was it, Boise State?
Yeah.
They played phenomenally, but you get knocked out. So if it's not even, if I can't give you what the other team can give you or pay you, it's not even.
Yeah, I don't know if we get to the pro model eventually, where maybe we take the top 50 schools and then we kind of divide them into regions, and then
That's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going, and most schools probably going to break away from football. Is probably going to break away from the other sports.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be football. Then the other sports have their own AD, and it's probably going to roll like that.
And then, of course, this is a more throwback. I think this is years ago, right when he joined Colorado. We watched this video a ton, so y'all know this one.
Well, because NIL is not really what you think it is. Mm-hmm. All these kids aren't getting NIL. These kids are getting collectives. Okay, collectives is if we took an offering up in this classroom, we passed the bucket like a church, and you put it's a collection plate, and you put your collective in. And then we say, you know what? We got 10 players up here, and let's divide that. That player right there should get $10. That player right there should get $20. That's a collective. Yeah. NIL is a name, image, and likeness. Since I got time today, I want you to tell me how many players in college football that you've seen on commercials.
2.
I got time today. Let's go. How many?
See Travis, Shiloh, Shador.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget the kid from USC, right?
Caleb. Right.
Kaylin Clark.
Who?
Kaylin Clark.
Yep.
Go next.
Go next. Haven't seen it, but show me that commercial.
The 5.
But everybody's talking about NIL.
Right.
Say NIL. That's all you've seen. All these college athletes, and you named 5 people. This is not NIL. This is not the day of NIL. That's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But it's collectives. And that's where it went wrong instead of staying right. I wish it was NIL so the kids could earn it, because now you got a ball for a CEO to invest in you. You think I'm going to have, just say, $100 million company and I'm going to invest in a college kid that I don't know nothing about,
Right.
and he could be in a deer in a headlights and get drunk after the game, and now my company brand is on it. There's no way. So you kind of wait till those kids kind of prove to you that they can handle the light, they can handle the stage, they can handle the opportunity. Then you may afford.
I mean, that's I really think that's a great point, but also predicts kind of the issues that we're going through, right? And I think Kirby Smart is going to echo some of these sentiments in this 1 minute clip, and then I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. But it's this idea that not only has NIL been so convoluted that, you know, there's always a conversation about what it really is, but we know what it is, right? But also on top of that, it has now come to the point that in news conferences, Kirby Smart, of all people, has to head on address these things and basically give a message to his team.
With this team, and there's so much newness, what do you hope to learn about them this spring?
Yeah, I want to see the fire. I want to see the passion, the energy. I want to see who wants to be a good football player, who really cares about this game. Like, they care more about the game than they do about their NIL revenue stream. Like, if you really, really, really care about the game and you want to be good, it doesn't matter about any kind of money. It matters how I play the game. And more we're seeing across college football, the purest, the ones that care about the game the most, play the hardest. And usually the team that plays hardest wins. I know everybody thinks it's just whoever's more talented, but there's a whole lot to how hard you play and how much you care about it. So my goal is to find out, how hard do you want to play?
So that is an SEC team, Kirby Smart, having the same issues. I mean, issues might be a little strong, but at least the same concerns, where so much so that he has to come out and talk about, hey, and really, because that's what that is. Like, y'all know what that is. That's him talking to his team. Hey, y'all got to figure it out. Like, y'all, I need to see who actually cares about the game in a bigger, broader way. You know what I mean? It's kind of concerning if you are someone who's a fan of college football to think that it's gotten to the point where at all points that conversation needs to be had. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So let's go ahead and close out with another Rich Eisen clip. It's only going to be 3 minutes and we'll pop out of here.
The general concept is coaches are flocking out of college to try and get to the NFL because there's more rules around what you can do and pay kids and whatnot or anything like that.
Well, that's not the reason. The reason they're flocking because the sanctity of the game. They want the game to stay pure and wholesome when all the kids are getting paid, and many don't think that those kids love it because they're getting compensated to do what you should want to do for free. But I absolutely love it. I think the kids should be compensated.
Sure.
I think we got to put some guidelines and some rules in it.
Now, that's what I'm saying is that in the NFL, there's guidelines and rules, whereas in college,
you're going to have to. You're going to have to do something because it's getting crazy. And you're right. Some of the big dogs, the greatest of all time, Coach Saban, walked away from it. And I love him to life. He's the best one has ever done it. I know that, and I'm going to say that. I don't think anyone would ever eclipse what he's accomplished in college football. And I don't think the system even allows you to be able to accomplish that anymore. But that was tough to see and understand and know him personally and see him walk away from the game.
Yeah, BC's HC became the Green Bay DC. You're hearing Chip Kelly's interviewing for offensive coordinator.
I love Chip Kelly, man.
He's
I
phenomenal.
love Chip Kelly.
But that's the point, is that I'm seeing, and so I'm wondering what you think.
I love it. First of all, I'm a father of 5, so I understand kids, and I understand the nuances of today's kids. A lot of coaches are disconnected from today's kids. They just coach, and they're not involved in really learning and understanding these kids. I love my team. I love these young men. Several of them are coming here this weekend, including my 2 sons. I think they're going to 3 sons. Bucky's here, going to the NFL honors with me tonight. So, and they were calling me earlier. Should I wear this? Should I wear this?
And then again, that was kind of his closing statements on NIL. But yeah, it's kind of prophetic at this point, right? We've made these videos, but you have these things like this, which is a sad story. I mean, that was hard. Like, legitimately hard to watch. The kid kind of break down about that. But I just think it goes to show what Deion Sanders has been saying and preaching, even though people want to act like he's some crazy dude. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he doesn't understand some of these ramifications. And here we are actively seeing the ramifications. I think only time will tell as it starts to affect football even more and more. But we do have new rules rolling down. The House has implemented the rules for revenue sharing. So in 2026, things should change. If y'all want to see a video about that and going a little deeper into the situation and seeing, will these people and these big NIL deals that have been promised, they might not even get paid out. But if you want to see that, y'all let me know in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Just like if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content coverage, everything else in between. Man, you be great, and I know you're great, so I know you're going to be great. Peace.